let me be better on every single front. Sometimes you find out that, oh, it's just a single thread chat, but I haven't follow-up questions. And it turns out to be an interesting business idea. Captures the idea and build it up from there. ChatGPT always pushed me to do something a little bit more. One question: do you put your notes, reflections, or quick thoughts in a new chat window, existing chat thread, or project window? I love this question because honestly, I still ask myself the same thing. Even today, I've got 3 different chats open just to help me script this YouTube video. So let's break down with my MAP system, M-A-P. Momentary, Anchor, and projects. I was talking to my friend earlier and then I was like, I'm so shocked that my ChatGPT video is doing very well. I don't think I'm an expert at all. And he's like, because you live with it. So something that's normal to you might be very groundbreaking to others. I'm really grateful that people ask these kind of questions. So if you have any questions, drop your question down below. It really helps me to have more videos that's helpful for you. Let's dive in. The number one is Momentary. Momentary is like a Google type of chat. Sometimes, for example, I will buy some groceries from the store. I will have broccoli, ginger, like cabbage or eggs. And then I would take a photo, like just a single photo, and send it to ChatGPT. What can I do with it? Or I have something that is very momentary, like I know I'm not going to use it ever again. I would, let's say, explain the Mid-Autumn Festival for my friend. So he's particularly have a question about this festival, how I can best explain to him. Those are the chats I would say is a Google style chat. Whatever that you would just randomly type into Google and you don't need to reuse it again. After you do that, you can just delete the chat. That's the Google style chat. Similarly, you can also use it to just simplify a message, to polish an email, things like that, that you don't need to revisit it. I think of it this way. The momentary chats are like sticky notes that you can put it somewhere and then take it back when you're finished it. You can just cross it. I am sometimes also very relieved to see those chats because they are actually not taking a lot of my mental space. When I open it, it's open. When I close, it's like done. One thing I should do better is to delete it after I use it though. I'll quickly show you how I use it. This is my ChatGPT chat. So usually the chats that are not included in the projects are all the chats that's just like a one-off. This is like a random chat that I wanted to use eSIM when I was in Canada. And then it says that, oh, these are the things that you can do. I don't think I will ever revisit this chat, so I'm gonna delete it now. And I also have something like boiling eggs in a kettle. I was traveling in Canada and then I just take the photo of this. I was like, can you boil egg in a kettle? In the Airbnb, they don't have like a proper pot. But yes, you can boil eggs. And these are the things I also think one, it's not going to use it again. And 2, even if I need to use it, I will have a new scenario. And it's also a simple question. That's how I think about it. And now we move on to A. A stands for anchor. I have very, very long threads. And sometimes those threads are built up on those like Google style chats. For example, if I research something about Toronto and then I will build it up on that, oh, can you give me a recommendation for my half of a day plan that I want to go to a cafe, I want to hang out with a friend, and then I want to go to the gym. And after several rounds of it, it naturally becomes my chief of staff of the day, my planner, my trip advisor. The most common way for me to use it, I use it as for my journal and reflections. I keep chats like Life Coach Daily Companion. If you see this video, that I use ChatGPT as my life coach. So every 3 months, I follow this online workshop that I just finished, a recent one that's for autumn. Then I use it to companion me when I go through this workshop. And afterwards, because it knows all the reflections that I have put in there, it knows all my aspirations for the new quarter, it knows everything that I wanted to do for the next few months. Then it also sometimes naturally become from a single chat to a long thread chat. That's how you get deeper answers, and sometimes it gives you different context. It used to have cross-chat memory, but now I don't think it remembers context that well. I have one chat, very, very long chat, right? But once I open a new chat, it doesn't have any memory at all. And maybe they've changed some kind of backend setting. Maybe they're coming back for another new update. You never know. Sometimes it's like surprising life. I think of Anchor as a non-judgmental mirror. It's like something that every day I wake up, whenever I have some kind of thoughts that's like very messy. For example, I'm overthinking about this. I kind of want to do that. This is my reflection chat. This is my life coach chat. It knows everything, the pros and cons and the things that I wanted to do, as if you're talking to a friend on the spot. And sometimes I open a long thread chat about a business idea, or like I wanted to build a website. And it's a natural next step for the single thread chat because it naturally just become very, very long. Also can see my patterns because if I'm always overthinking about something, and the other day I was talking to ChatGPT about one specific thing, I also didn't notice it's already half an hour. ChatGPT was like, did you notice that how much time you spend on this thing? And once you've let it go, it releases a lot of your mental chatter. Those reminders are very helpful because I think the best way to use ChatGPT is whenever you're overthinking, whenever you're not sure about yourself, at least for people like myself. I'm always overthinking. I'm always sometimes have imposter syndrome. I'm getting better and better now because I have ChatGPT always push me to do something a little bit more, even if sometimes I don't believe I have the capability. I just need somebody to like push me a little bit more. And that's Anchor I use it for journals and reflections. Captures the idea and build it up from there. Let me be better on every single front. I didn't do a good job of managing all my chats. I will show you in a bit. So projects is, I think about it as organized workspaces. I use all of these different type of digital kind of workspace to manage my life in a way. And so far, I found that ChatGPT is really helpful. Whenever I forgot something, I can always like search for it. I can always search a name that I remember or a sentence that I remember. Oh, I kind of talk about this on ChatGPT, but I don't remember where is the chat. You can always name your chats so that you can find it easily. I'm just gonna quickly show you. This is a very clean new account that I created just for this kind of demo. If you created a single chat, right? For example, I pretended I'm gonna interview Johnny Hugh Bryan. I've already interviewed him on my podcast and it's coming up soon. But if you want to build it on this can naturally become, you just rename it Johnny Hugh Bryan escape my podcast chat. Then it's easier next time for you to find it and you can put in everything here. And the one next step is you can put this into a project, like even free plan, you have a project is new. To keep chats, like files and custom instructions in one place, use them for ongoing work. And then to keep things tidy. You can put it, escape 9 to 5 chat. Chat now is like empty. And then I can move this chat into this. Now it becomes part of this project. And what does a project makes it different is that projects, you can always add different type of photos and files and relevant information. You can add files here. You can access the content whenever you chat in the project, and then I can add these too. So I have a YouTube consulting chat that is doing everything for me. I have a brand asset generator, for example. Now I have landed on my asset generator. It's like what they call a glass foursome style. And then just ask ChatGPT to generate all of these for me. That you have seen it in some of my other videos. That is a separate chat for this. I'm going to show you on my bite-sized climate tech project folder how I manage all of those. See, I have very messy threads of different type of chats. Venue options for the drop that I was trying to host an event at one of the biggest climate tech conference in Sweden. That didn't happen, so maybe I should just delete it. But because this one has some kind of other context, so I don't want to delete it too soon. I have Printful branding set up. And under this, I have step-by-step plan for me to generate a video. I want to do a video for a short animated video for my podcast. And we're going to talk about the context window because the context window, once you bypass a certain point, it just got a little bit confused, but you can always start over. I am on the Pro plan. If you're on the free or the Plus plan, you have even shorter context window. Plus is 32,000 and Pro can go even higher. But even higher as Pro, I am on Pro, it's not enough. They has limits, and also sometimes you can feel that there was one chat, it was just going extremely slow. No matter where I am, no matter how fast the internet is, it's super slow. One sentence, it would take forever. It's because I put too many screenshots and files and things like that in the one chat. I think it's always good for us, and it's like to be disciplined when using your ChatGPT, don't just go on forever. Just think about if you're a person, if you just think about you want to remember everything about everything, it's not possible. On the Pro plan, sometimes it also gets full. Like this one is completely full. I cannot ask another question. So that's why I rename it, and just to remind myself it's full. Otherwise, sometimes you type a lot of message into the threads, and then when it comes back, it said you have reached the maximum to this chat. And then I start a new chat, which is Bite-sized Climate Tech Producer Chat, new. A chat just dedicated for me to generate all the contents that I need for one episode. I just published a new episode today, and what I need to do is just ask it to generate all the descriptions, all the production notes, and the post content on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok, all at once, and the follow-up emails to the relevant people. Can you help me to generate a new title and LinkedIn post, and it'll generate everything for me. Think about how you manage your project at work. You just like building different type of things that you need to arrange things. That's when you need to put it in a project. It could be a trip to Canada. It could be planning a birthday party, and then you can put different threads of chats. For example, contacting the event, venue, contacting the birthday cake shop, the bakery shop, contacting different people, that kind of stuff. Projects turn ChatGPT into your digital assistant and workspace. The actionable takeaways. M stands for Momentary, and it's disposable. It is disposable. Delete it whenever you want to, and I think it's actually better if you delete it. A stands for anchor. So sometimes you find out that, oh, it's just a single thread chat, but I have a follow-up question. For example, if you're explaining something to a friend, and it turns out to be an interesting business idea, then you can become an anchor. And then the anchor can become a project. It all works like that. It organizes serious work. Honestly, I am also not very good at organizing. If you have your better ways that you use ChatGPT in organizing things, please leave a comment down below. It's very important for all of us to just experiment. So I'm not a pro or expert at all, but by doing these videos, I actually experiment more, and I'm now very interested and curious about all the ways that we can better use ChatGPT. It is gonna rain very soon. I better finish this recording. That's my map system. You follow the map, and then you will know how to use ChatGPT. And that's today's video, how I manage all my different types of ChatGPT chats and the map system for you. See you next time. Bye.